Hey, what is happening, everybody? It's your old pal Mr. Butter coming back at you. Today I want to get into a pair of SB Dunks. This is actually a collaboration with the skate shop from DC. I like a lot of things about this shoe. The colors are perfect for this time of year. I like the DC connection. I got family in DC. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's take a look at these crushed DC Nike SB Dunks. All right, so to start it out, we've got our colorful Nike SB box. I don't know if they only do these when it's in collaboration with the skate shop, or if it's when there's a quick strike, or what the criteria is to make it have these boxes, but I've got a couple that have these boxes now. As you can see, Nike SB on the top. The tag reads Nike SB Dunk Low Pro Quick Strike. And this is a size 10. The colors are olive gray and mantra orange. I'm not really sure what the retail price on these was. I don't think these dropped on sneakers. I think they were a skate shop exclusive. I ended up grabbing these from GOAT. I had an offer standing for 170 bucks. It got accepted, and I think that's a decent price for these kicks. And from the first time I saw pictures of these, I was really pumped about this pair. Like I said on the intro, I do like the DC connection. I don't skateboard, my daughters skateboard, so I'm giving a review purely off of the aesthetics on this shoe. No performance or that sort of thing. I like that it was a collaboration with a DC skate shop. That's not too far from here. I spend a decent amount of time there, so I like that aspect of it, and on top of that, I just love the style of these. I believe that a lot of inspiration was pulled from a place called Pulaski Park, and some areas like the swoosh, where we've got kind of that marbled effect in that orange color, and also the outsole and that sort of thing. I believe that they pulled inspiration from the way the sun hits some of the ledges there, which are like marble or limestone, something like that. But I read that many of the design elements of this shoe actually did come from a popular skate park, Pulaski Park, there in DC. On top of that, I really think that these colors are just perfect for the fall time. And as you can see with my surroundings, just this brown, they called it a green, but I don't really think it's an olive. I think it looks more brown and orange, but these colors are just perfect for this time of year. And the materials, as soon as you see them, you can tell these materials are really good. I just like everything about these. Before I forget, they came with white dunk laces already in the shoe, but they also came with spares of brown and orange. And another interesting feature that I really liked, apparently the inspiration for this was just all the different plies of wood that they use for the skateboards, and I just thought that was a really neat aspect. But even the spares have that touch on the aglets as well. With this being a collaboration with Crush Skate Shop, we do have a lot of the dual branding. You see it on the tongue. It says Crush DC, along with Nike SB. And then even on the insole, it almost looks like it's graffiti, but it says Crushed down on there. And on the back of the tongues, we also get some Crushed Skate Shop branding. I thought it was neat too, on the left tongue, underneath this little flap, it says Build. And on the right tongue, underneath this little flap, it says Together. I like hidden little details like that you don't notice at first. But getting into the review, this outsole almost has a little bit of like a transparent look to it. It's real foggy. It's kind of opaque, but when you look at the corner, it almost looks like light passes through just a little bit. But it's this nice burnt orange color, and it looks like the grind outsoles. It looks like it's got all those little flecks and pieces of rubber. That's when Nike reuses old outsoles and rubber from old shoes and kind of grinds it up into brand new outsoles like this, but I really like the way it looks. Definitely goes with the style of the rest of the shoe. There at the midfoot in white, you can see Nike SB, and it's just your standard Dunk outsole. I guess SB Dunks are a little bit different from standard Dunks. One thing that you'll notice is like the pivot points have stars on them, and I think even the traction is just a little bit different than what it is on typical Dunks, but it's very reminiscent of all Dunks. You can see that this orange color meets a bright white midsole with bright white stitching, and it looks nice. It really pops off of there because most of the shoe has pretty rich color. Even the base color of this, it's like a tannish gray color, but I like the way that this bright white pops for the midsole, the laces, and then the tag on the tongue. Probably my favorite material on this shoe is this really nice feeling suede that you have for all the overlays. You get a lot of color change with direction, and it feels really soft to the touch. It's noticeable quality. It reminds me a lot of like what you would get on premium Dunks, if you've had them before. And a lot of times that direction change is really hard to pick up on camera, but hopefully you can see it at some angle on the camera. The edges are rolled over on this. It doesn't just leave them raw, and that doesn't really make any difference to me. It almost makes it feel like it's more sturdy. But we've got this really nice brown suede on the mudguard, going up the eye stays, wrapping along the base of the heel, and then up here at the top of the heel where we have that Nike branding. I really love the color of that, and I just love how premium it is. But then for the base of the whole upper, we just have this tan or grayish tan, khaki, whatever you want to call it, color. And this is a leather material. This feels pretty heavy duty. It doesn't feel super synthetic, but it feels like it's heavy and like it's made to last. Like, I feel like these will take a good bit of punishment, but typically we do get better materials on SB Dunks, and I think this one being a collaboration, they definitely gave us good quality. It's not the softest leather I've felt. Like, it feels like there will be a little bit of a break-in period, but it's got a lot of texture. It's got a tumbled texture on it. On the toe box, you see all those perforations, and you can see that leather on the side panels as well as on the back here where we have those classic rows of stitching. And I really like the texture that gives. I think the texture on this leather, along with this really great quality suede, it just makes these shoes look really warm. For the swooshes, we have this kind of marbled effect, and I'm not sure what this material is. This isn't leather or anything like that. It feels like a synthetic material, but I read that all these swooshes are different. Like, none of them have the same pattern, so I think that's cool. Just that each shoe is a little bit unique. The top of the tongue has a layer of mesh on it, and it's like a clear mesh, and you can see underneath that there's all these diamonds cut out on the tongue. And I think that's a neat look. Like all SBs, it's got the really fat tongue. It's got extra padding down here on the inside of the shoe, and then the insole is extra dense and gives you that extra support. I guess that's Zoom Air that it has on the insole. I really like these. I'm surprised that they're not in higher demand. I think right now prices are sitting right around what they were whenever I got them. I think if you put an offer out for $170 or so, there's a good chance somebody will take you up on it and you'll be able to grab these. At that price, I think this is a really decent shoe. If this were a year or two ago, I think these things would be crazy expensive. But as we all know, the sneaker market has kind of cooled off a little bit. I don't know if value will go up on these, but I would think that this becomes a very sought after shoe. I really like these, and I'm pumped to have them in my own size. But let me know what you all think. I think I'm going to do a short and do a lace swap, so look out for that too if you're interested. But anyhow, I appreciate you all watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out.